If one turn skip was not enough, we now have two thanks to Veda Upanishad. The planetary energy card can search it. Vicous Samsara, my favorite card out of this set, is a amazing combo extender. Shuffling Amritara back into the deck, shuffling Vicous Starfrost into the deck, which means Vicous Astraloud is even more consistent. And so that's a card we definitely use a lot more of. Check out the dual commentary I did as well versus a Swordsoul player that had 67 hand traps. I don't know how he did it, but he managed to play that many. It was insane, but we still managed to win that duel. And we also do a deck profile breakdown for what I think could be a Calamity version post Age of Overlord. So stick around, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the video. All right guys, so here it is, the Calamity lock, Veda lock. If one turn skip was not enough, we have a second one, and I'm going to show replays as well in this video explaining how we can use this combo even in actual duels where someone hand traps me to death. I've never been hand trapped that much in my life, but let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. This is the free cards we used, and so yes, I know it's a free card combo, but if you simply take out the elegy, it's a 2-card combo Calamity lock, and there is a 1-card Calamity lock combo as well. But I want to show you guys how you can do 2 turn skips. We start off, of course, with planetary elegy. It's a non-once per turn searcher for the Veda monsters. We do the typical Mannadium combo, and this is the level 6, or I guess 1-card combo now for Mannadium to make Vicous Amritara. Because of Triller Sukta, brings back the tuner, makes the Amritara, and then there is the Scarecrow combo. And so this took some getting used to because we're not used to doing it like this, but this has crazy setup advantage for us, and we really get to use Calarian really nicely as well. And we also set up Baron as the first boss monster, which is great. Of course, you want to have that Baron ASAP. Yes, this combo does lose to Nibiru, but you know, with a full hand, there are so many more options. You know, again, the planetary elegy was just a fun thing, and we even joined the Kozaki because I'm in the lab right now. So let's continue the replay. A lot of, you know, typical Mannadium stuff you're seeing, and so you really get to use Vicous Astraloud quite nicely in this deck to pop the tuners, trigger that Veda Upanishad. Again, you want to destroy 4 monsters and then special summon yourself. It was really tricky for me to make this board and still not lose to Super Poly. And so, yeah, I had to do some digging and, yeah, discovered an board that does not lose to Super Poly, which is amazing. And so let's continue with the replay. Baron gets to pop the tuner, and this is where we trigger Calarian at a very late stage. But because we're summoning so many level 2 monsters, if you see here, Astraloud is a level 8 and Vicous Samsara is a level 4 tuner, which by the way can be treated as a non-tuner, which I thought was quite cool. One annoying thing is this card is not searchable, and I found that really frustrating because it is actually really good. You know, shuffling back your Amritara, which I always wanted a second copy of anyway. And so with that, let's continue the replay. We did get to pop the Torrids of the Upanishad, got another token, and then yeah, there's the Crimson Dragon tagging out and searching a new card that comes out in Age of Overlord. Because Amritara counts as a tuner, this card can bring it back. You can bring back Vicous Starfrost, Samsara, so many options with this card. It's a good card, and I will show you in some duels we actually use Synchro Rumble as well. So I think I'm going to be playing this card in my decks going forward. Vicous Dispel, of course, gets to bring back the Vicous, but we are not going to keep Vicous Dispel on the field for long. Now we can go to an Amritara. Again, more Veda and Upanishad, and here we go, more synergy, guys. Planetary elegy, and check out my Age of Overlord discussion and where I break down the Veda card and ways to use it. Things like planetary elegy, if Vicous Starfrost is on the field and a monster in this case was popped, you know, destroyed, you can add it to the hand, which is quite cool. And remember, we were able to special Torrid early on in the combo, but not Meek, and that will be useful so we can beat Super Poly. So again, another counter on Upanishad. Level 2 is quite important, and there we go, we get rid of Beasteel Disband. So some Crimson Dragon, we've already used effects, so it's going to be chilling on the field for now. Yeah, we got to special the Meek, which again I think is really important in this combo. There are a lot of I think complicated parts in this, and I definitely made a lot of mistakes when I was testing this first, but because Vicous Amritara counts as Vicous Starfrost, we get to special Meek. Get to pop the Meek, make it level 4, and there is our level 12 Synchro. So I've gone away from the Bish Balkan because it's a dark type. I wanted to make sure that we don't get Super Polyed. That was the most fun I had, is trying to make a board that could not be Super Polyed. And so Veda and Upanishad unfortunately is a dark type, but you can easily not run this card. I think I'm personally going to keep running it. A card that skips someone's turn, I think, should not be overlooked, and so I'm going to try and test as much as possible and really figure out if it's something I run in like a YCS. I would say Bish Balkan is probably better, but I did find summoning the Overlord is actually amazing because he draws 3, and because he's Earth type, that does also mean you have to get rid of Crush Ship now. But I found a really weird line, you could call it, where we're going to a, you know, more unique Link monster. So yeah, we basically, yeah, there it is. Pit Knight Early is the card we used. I think I'm going to keep trying Pit Knight Early. We did get a new, let's go do the replay. We're about to summon Veda. There we go. And yeah, that is the end phase. Now we're just going to trial and show you what happens when it does, you know, when we do duel against someone. There we go, summon the Calamity, do the turn skip, and then yeah, the person summons a extra deck monster, banish 12 cards face down. Because you go through so many things, because you're searching a lot, it's really easy to banish 12 cards face down, and turn skipping summon is outrageous. I am so surprised this exists, but Here we go, that's the state of Wonder Yu-Gi-Oh! Just so you know, this is why I banished face down. We are, you know, getting rid of some cards that, again, we already have copies of in the deck. The Kozaki card was a card we drew off Arrival, by the way, and these are the cards I kept in my graveyard. And so that is the end board. We've done a turn skip. We have an Omni Negate on the field, and we have a Calamity as well as a Pit Knight early. And so that is my crazy turn skip combo. There we go, we banish 12 things face down. It's immediately the end phase. Comes back to us. And in the standby phase, Upanishad will actually bounce himself back to the hand to special a Veda monster from the deck. We do, you know, just bounce it back to the hand, and then we get to activate again. And so there we go. That is our OTK now, because we've turn skipped. And so I think that is just really funny that we can now turn skip someone twice. As if Calamity wasn't bad enough, we even have a Veda card doing the same thing. And so let's move on to some replays, and I'll show you guys what this deck list is like actually playing it against the meta decks, post Age of Overlord decks. Let's get into it. Okay, I really want to showcase this matchup. This was one of the most frustrating matchups I've ever had to play. I was actually confused as to how many hand traps someone can have. And you can see he has the one card combo with Emergence or even Ecclesia. I haven't seen this card in a long time. But there is the first hand trap. It's quite difficult. We had to Ash for the Calarium. It's possible I do, you know, have some misplays here, but we still managed to win this in the end. Let's keep going. Of course, the 6 synergy, you know, Samsara being a 15/21, Obsession can specially. That's super underrated. Just another piece of the pie for the Mannadium deck as to why it's so consistent. Let's keep going though. Now we do the classic Scarecrow combo. And yeah, I don't think I got to use Calarium properly here, which is why I was annoyed about this. But still, a draw 2 is pretty solid. Obviously, we shuffle back the Draw and Lockbird. I did not expect my opponent to have a third hand trap in Nibiru, no less. So anyways, let's continue. Yeah, Veda and Panchad, another token. You'll love to see it. I don't know if I could have brought back the Lightheart. I mean, I didn't expect my opponent to have a third hand trap, let's be honest. But we still get to do something pretty decently. Blow out the Nibiru, get the attack boost, get another counter on the Panchad. And there's our opponent's turn. They have some pretty nice cards. This person even sided in the Artifact Lanzia. He definitely was out for blood. So he does the Swordsoul Emergence. I'm pretty sure the person misplaced here. He should have summoned a Baxia. He goes into a Chi-Shao. I'm pretty sure you go into Baxia and then bring out the Moyi that Taya sent to the graveyard. But anyways, you know, nonetheless, he still makes a decent board here with Baxia and Chi-Shao in the end. You can see with the Moyi you draw, he draws a Nibiru. And so you can kind of see what's going to happen. We get another counter as well. So you can, you know, really keep Upanishad on the field for as long as you want. And I remember in one duel, I think he got to 21 counters. But let's continue the replay. He does do some nice damage here. But we draw the Synchro Rumble. And this is why I really want to highlight this replay. And why I think this is a card you should run in Mannadium. It's not a break. Crimson searches it. You know, when a card searches something, it's not that bad. And in this case, it's amazing because he does Chain of Lance here, which is so terrible because he stops Vicious. Bring out Samsara and do the combo again. For what we first get to pop with Scarecrow. That's amazing. Triller Sukta is a card I potentially might run as a 2 of as well, just because if it comes back to your turn, you just climb back into Amritara and you do the same Mannadium good stuff engine. So yeah, there's the Amritara and another Nibiru. That is actually quite insane. We can't do the Vicious because of the Artifact Lancia, but we still get to search with Calarium and do a decent Mannadium combo. And I definitely missplit here, I'm not gonna lie. I added a Torrid, forgetting that Calarium gives an attack boost to the Realm Heart. You know, maybe it was good to get the Torrid anyway, just in case for next turn. But anyways, that's fine. You know, the opponent has one card. I'm not really expecting too much. They draw another hand trap, and all they have is an Nibiru, and hopefully that is game for us. You know, we keep it really simple. They do have a Lancia again. We summon the Vicious, pop the Nibiru, and go for the easy OTK. We're not playing around anymore. And so that was one replay. Let's move on to the Fire King replay, where the opponent nearly baits us into removing us entirely from the game. But we keep it cool and we end on a crazy Calamity lock. Let's get into it. All right, here is my Fire King duel I did against the new Fire King structure deck. And so let's get started. We have a reinforced army getting us the Realm Heart. Let's start with the Meek because I've learned my lesson. When I have too many tuners in hand, you want to make sure you get to use them as a normal summon. In case you draw another one, it becomes a special. And we're going for kind of standard Mannadium lines here. It looks pretty standard, but we go into the Scarecrow engine. Let's get that draw 1. I love that draw 1. We get a reframing, which is pretty nice. And then yeah, let's do the second Scarecrow arrival. That's going to help us do the Calamity lock. Calarium says Torrid. And so we kind of have all the pieces here. We do have a decent board here. Again, the first thing we get is the Baron. I was about to pop this card, but I actually read the Yu-Gi-Oh card. I know it's quite a rare thing for people to do, but I did read it. If I popped it, it would have popped off like crazy. We do have Scarecrow arrival. Notice as well, the opponent is playing what is probably the best Fire King version with the Bellstar cards. And so moving on, Arrival gets to bring back the Vicous Astraloud. We really get to take advantage of the Arrival non-once per turn. because an elegy says Vicous Starfrost, we can search it with Amrita, which I thought was quite cool as well. So you can always guarantee you find that Upanishad. Again, I'm testing it. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in the deck. It's possible I cut it out completely. Let's keep going though. Again, we get another counter. Baron gets to pop the back row. So this was a bit silly, I know. And really, I just wanted to have more ways to pop the meat. So I shuffled in the other meats in the graveyard. Because it's not once per turn, I could keep bringing them out. Yeah, I was really just trying to get a crazy combo going. Because we have Kalarian, we can search Imaginings. I'm not sure if we've even gone into the Scarecrow line or what we're doing here. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that Imaginings. But with Elegy, we may be able to add a Mannadium also to the hand. I think that's what we do here. And so, okay, no Chaining 3 Elegy yet. But we do get another counter. We're just building our counters right now. There is the Beast of Despair Crimson Dragon combo right there. I believe that's what we're going to. Okay, no, we're popping another monster. And there's the Elegy. Give us the Imagining Synergy, which is going to come up quite often. I noticed that as well. I'd always have a Mannadium in hand now, thanks to Elegy. We're getting more counters on the Upanishad. And then we do the Imaginings, draw 2, discard 1. Wasn't the card we wanted, but it's fine. We get to tag out into the Beast of Despair. It's possible I even take out Axel Synchro just because of how often the lines now become summoning Beast of Despair with Crimson Dragon and not with Axel. But going second Axel into Stardust is really, really good though. Let's continue the replay. With Vicous Starfrost, we get to bring out the Super Heavy Samurai Synchro. It's possible I still keep Bishop Balcony, but I feel like this is decent as well. So let's continue with the replay first. Let's summon the Realm Heart, summon another Crimson Dragon. There's our Kalami. We get to search the Synchro Rumble, and we end our turn there. Unfortunately, we could not get the Upanishad on the field. I think those are part of the combo I messed up on, definitely. I didn't see Samsara, so maybe that was why. Let's see what they can do to stop this. In the draw phase, I believe they have, yep, the Sinful Spoils card. That card is quite decent. It's like a Swordsoul Blackout for Fire Kings. We negate it. And there we go. There is the Calamity. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote. So that was pretty decent. We get to draw with the Super Heavy Samurai card. I really like that, by the way. You know, guarantees us a pretty decent engine when it comes back to us. Some like consistency. And we get another counter for Upanishad. We get to special it now. It's level 12. I don't know what that means, but, you know, we can special it to do another turn skip, basically. But I'm pretty sure we just go for the OTK. Keep it simple. When you banish with SP Little Knight, first effect, the monsters cannot attack directly. So I think people are going to run into that issue. So just keep that in mind, which is the reason why I could do OTK. And I definitely did not need to do it. But that's fine. You know, we learn from that, from our mistakes. We summon a Vicous. We're just styling at this point. Blow up the Vicous, get an attack boost. Kalarian brings back the Vicous in attack mode. Yeah, we're just really just having fun here at this point. There's a Upanishad. We summon a Meek here. We get to pop it. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just trying to get as many counters as possible. I don't even think there is a monster you can pendulum summon that's a level higher than 12. But if there is, we have that sorted with a scale 18. But there we go. Let's go into the battle phase. Let's do the damage. Another counter for Upanishad as well, which by the way is a chain block if you didn't realize. But the opponent is not going to do anything against this board. And so that was the replay. Let's move on to the deck profile for the deck. And I'll show you guys what we're playing with. What I think might be a good skeleton for the deck going forward for day 1 Age of Overlord. And so here is my deck list for Age of Overlord Mannadium. I'm super excited, guys. Let's get into it. We are running 2 Vicous Starfrost, you know, shuffling back the Amritara, resetting it, shuffling back the Vicous Starfrost after it's banished for a Shroud. Realm Heart is clearly very important. And Realm Heart and Samsara is a nice little Crimson combo Calamity lock. 3 Meeks, definitely the best tuner still. 2 Torrids, I bumped it up now because I did think it was quite important for me to search it, to find it, and it did help with, you know, when Elegy adds 1 to hand, you get to special it. Yeah, position, again, your combo star, it can, you know, when you're going second against an opponent, you can actually special Samsara, which is the full Scarecrow line. And if you have Excel, you maybe have a tune engraved that's level 2 or lower. So again, really cool to break boards. 2 Imagining Scarecrow engine, we've bumped it up to 2. And so let's move on. We have, yep, the Veda package. I was playing Kalanta, I took it out. I think that card has a better use in a different deck, but for now we're not going to run it. Amritar can search it, we never want to do that. And so if you see this, we're loving it. We get to search the Upanishad. Synchro Rumble, the new card I showed in the replays as well. This is decent because you get to special Amritara and Crimson Dragon searches it, doesn't get better than that. Moving on to the extra deck, we're running early so we don't lose to Super Poly. You know, for the combo purpose, I want to show a board that could not be Super Poly. Baron can pop the early and then you resummon early to your field and you suddenly have another negate option. And this card just keeps coming back. Again, really underrated card, I think. If you haven't seen my Age of Overlord breakdown video, definitely make sure to go check it out where we break down and explain why Espelina is such a big deal. Trigger Sukta Excel, we barely went into it. And then here is the lineup and then 2 Vicous Astraloud. And so that is the deck profile, guys. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. Are you excited for Age of Overlord? What version are you running in Age of Overlord? Will you finally play Prime Heart because of Trigger Sukta? Let me know in the comments down below and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.